Hello, and welcome to Fourth Dimension Tarot. My name is Maria. I'm your Sherpa for this read. I am reading for the month of February for Gemini. It has been a busy read so far since I started this. Lots of emotions for all zodiac signs, lots of changes. Let's see if it holds true for Gemini. Gemini, I do plan to put out a weekly read here. Probably before the beginning of next week. Well, that would make sense, right? If I did it before the beginning of the week. Anyway, if you should resonate, please consider liking, subscribing so you can get a prompt when you are, when I put new content up. I'm already getting down. Sorry. I'm trying to stay focused here, Gemini. Hang in with me. I love your positive comments. They make my day. I end my day in gratitude every single day watching your positive comments. Thank you, Spirit. Here we go. Gemini, this is your monthly read for February. Queen of Cups is your overall energy for the month. So the Queen of Cups, as you all know, is very stable, and she is, you'd assume with that giant cup, that they have in the Rider-Waite deck, is that when she's sitting there, her cup is like half her body size. It just shows how deep her love and affection and commitment is to her family. She's really stable, deep roots. So that's something you're probably working on in the month of February, is either establishing or maintaining that level of commitment and support to the people around you. Right below the Queen of Cups is the Sun. And below that is a Queen of Pentacles, and below that is the Two of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Whoa, hello. So I kind of like that. And I'll clarify any of these cards as I need to as I go through the month. Starting off, the beginning of your month, Gemini, you have the Fool card. Somebody's going to jump in. Maybe that's you. New adventures, new positions, new relationships. The Fool is at the beginning of a cycle. They don't have a 0 on the card, but if it did, that's what it means. It's at the beginning of the new chapter, of the new cycle, and that's, of course, the first card of your spread. So you might, and again, another thing that this is telling me is when I see the Fool card at the beginning of any reading is you had a closure, right? You have to have somewhere in the past a closure to the last chapter so you can walk into a new one. So good job. So if the Fool is here, meaning you've done it well, Spirit's happy, you've successfully overcome something probably painful and challenging to get the Fool, because right below that is a Five of Swords. Five of Swords is that, it's the card, again, the person's walking around with all the swords, they're collecting all the swords, meaning it was a difficult situation. Somebody's guarded, somebody is protecting themselves. I'm a Cancer, and so as one of the crustaceans in the zodiac sign, that's how Cancers protect themselves. They go within, and they don't really lash out. Well, that's what they say. I'm Italian, so I don't know if I have a little asterisk next to me or not. But the majority of Cancers, I think, are probably pretty sane, and they go inward. And not that you're a Cancer, but the Five of Swords is very similar to that. Somebody's running around collecting the swords. And this leads me to think, Gemini, is that somebody that you previously had conflict, confrontation, any kind of turmoil with, somebody that you possibly closed a chapter out with recently, or maybe not so recently, is coming back. And they're jumping in. They're going to just show up. They're going to text you. They're going to call you. They're going to knock on your door. And they want to have a conversation or a new beginning. Or it could be you, and you're trying to think how you're not going to have an argument with the person that you just had an argument with and closed a chapter with. Take it as it resonates. Next to in the spread, you have the Ace of Swords. I'm not even looking forward, I swear. So the Ace of Swords is incoming honest communication. It's the beginning of honest conversation, and that's what swords are, is somebody being completely honest and straightforward, and aces are new. So it's a brand new conversation, and I'm telling you, from seeing the sword and an ace is more than likely, unless I clarify, this you can trust. You can trust this conversation to be genuine and transparent. Right below the Ace of Swords is the Page of Pentacles. So somebody's going to talk to you, right? This person, same person, is going to come in and have a conversation about a new opportunity. Pentacles are commitments. They're like jobs, right? They're an investment. You're investing in someone, in a relationship, in an opportunity, in a new adventure, or just a venture. You're engaging. Somebody's asking you to engage in something, but they're going to have an honest conversation with you about it. And that's in your second. We're not even halfway through the month, y'all. All right, middle of the row, smack dab in the middle of your read, which is you. Let me just put it this way. This is you. We have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is you. And the Queen of Swords is, she's a sharp queen. So this queen comes forward. As you remember, she's carrying a very large sheath of a sword. It's very sharp. But she cuts away things. She cuts away relationships. She cuts away things that don't serve her anymore. She is not afraid, nor is she shy in addressing conflict. This queen is open to any kind of conversation you'd like, but you better come at her correctly, or she will cut your Achilles heel and watch you bleed to death. Like, this queen doesn't play. She ain't playing. So, okay, Gemini, you are all about your business. You are not taking names. You are not keeping a list. You're like, come correct or get on with yourself. Right below the the Queen of Swords is the Eight of Pentacles. And as you know, in Tarot, the Pentacles represent resources, money, gifts, talent, time. It's pretty much, it's the things that people accumulate that bring them value. Some people are all about the stuff. They want to have the name brand. They want to have the newest. They need to drive the fanciest, right? And money really resounds to their pride. I don't know what to say, but their value. Somebody, whoever this is, you see them because it's right below the Queen of Swords, and it could be you. You're spending a lot of you're trading your time, or you're asking somebody to trade their time for you. The other thing that really resonates with me in this read is that maybe somebody was spending too much time at work and you were complaining about that, and that's why it didn't work and you cut it off. Because this says somebody's working hard. They're working hard, day, night, constantly investing in their work, trying to get ahead. They're like, I have 20 minutes, I'm going to go work. I have an hour in the evening before I go to bed, I'm going to jump on the computer. That's kind of what I hear. I'm going to make a phone call. So I kind of see that maybe you, Gemini, felt left in the dirt while this person was saving their pentacles, and you're having an honest conversation about it. I don't think this is you. You can embody this. I'm sure there's a few of us on here that work our little tails off and have side hustles and are growing our little pentacle pile. But I don't get the sense that this is you. And I can clarify this as well. But you are coming out as the Queen of Swords. Final four cards. We have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, again, is an honest conversation. I think it's right on the heels, or maybe in relation to the Ace of Swords, right? In the Page of Swords is definitely, I feel like these are like a lot of conversations. Like, you're getting real. Y'all are getting real. You're working on a relationship. Seriously. Working hard on this relationship, and you're finding some truths out about what didn't work before. And that's what this is to me. This whole thing, like, I even look at the magic, right? There's some magic happening. It's a previous relationship that you discarded because you're like, I'm done. I'm not waiting. I'm not going to commit. I'm not going to engage. I'm an option, but I'm an option to work, and I'm not going to sit back anymore. I'm just as important. I kind of get those kind of vibes from this conversation. Right below the Page of Swords, again, somebody coming forward and having an honest conversation with you, Gemini, is the Ace of Cups. Somebody wants to come in, probably the same person that we've been talking about, and having a conversation about a new beginning in love. Two last cards. One is a Hermit. Hermit is a bit different. There's several different cards that I love in Tarot that represent introspective work. This one is your own introspective work. So you have the Hangman, where somebody tells you their side of the story, and you know, even the God, your God, spirit, however you want to call it, the divine, has altered your perception of the conversation that you just had, and you sit and think about it, and you can see the other person's side. The Hermit is 100% you. I mean, you have gotten some information, but you're looking at this whole conversation, and you're looking at, oh my gosh, I got it completely wrong. That's the best way to put it, Gemini. Like, I jumped to conclusions about this situation and felt like this person was putting the job before me, and I got it completely wrong. That's the vibe I get. And then I have the Four of Pentacles, and I will clarify, but the original feeling I get off of the Four of Pentacles is the card itself means holding back, reserved, guarded, not sharing. And I think that's what you thought. You thought that this person was holding back their resources from you because they didn't value you. And I don't think that is as clear cut and dry as maybe you thought it was. So I get the sense, without even looking at the cards, but I will clarify, like I said, because I am nosy. I want to know. But the Four of Pentacles is somebody that I feel that might have been in the past. Like, going forward, you might be the one to now give, which I think that's the case. I think you're going to have a aha moment. I think around maybe the latter part of February. I get the third week in February, and you're going to identify you saw this a bit differently, and now you're willing to invest back. And the reason why I said that is because your overall energy is the Queen of Cups, which is that giant cup of love that you have to give. Historically, I get that maybe you are sitting in the Queen of Swords, and it's like a Dixie cup full of love, and this is more like a bucket or trough love, right? So I feel like you have a lot of love for this person. I just feel like you've had a hard time getting this balanced, right? And communication really does help a lot. Okay, and right behind that was the Sun card, so you're kind of happy about this. Let's go ahead and clarify. I'm going to jump in and clarify the Five of Swords. That person in the beginning of the read that is running around collecting all the swords. Thank you, Spirit. Tell me more about this Five of Swords. That makes sense. Tell me more about this Five of Swords. Yeah. Okay. We kind of already knew this. I kind of already knew this. All right. We just talked about this. Yep. And then we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So let's talk about this. This like immediately you already know kind of what's happening here. So to define the Five of Swords, this person that's running around all anxious about jumping in and starting again, the Fool, right, with the Gemini. Gemini, this isn't you. You're the recipient of this. You're the Queen of Swords. You're defensive. You're sitting in a defensive state. You cut this person off, right? So we have the Hangman. Hangman is that I just talked about it. Somebody's talking to you about this. Your perception maybe is off a bit, and you're not really open to hearing it, but you're going to be. Secondly, because I think there's some things that happen. One is an Ace of Pentacles. An Ace of Pentacles is a beginning of a new opportunity, and it's a commitment. So somebody's coming in to offer you a commitment. After coming out of the Hangman state, if they see your perspective, they're coming now back to you and saying, hey, you know what? I get what you were saying. Here's what I saw, right? And you kind of have a conversation. And who is this? It's the Knight of Wands. My Saturday night. Loving, kind, flirtatious. I think that's how he's going to show up. He's going to be, I miss you. I long for you. I see your pictures. I hear your, our songs on the radio. I'm nostalgic, but he misses you. And he's flirtatious and he's fun. He's a fun guy. That's who Spirit is saying. That's who you can expect to come in, jump in, and try to reconcile with you. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Spirit, tell me about the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, boom, right there. Four of Swords. Four of Swords is again, sometimes when I do this, I am shocked at some of the times that I spend having the full educational session about cards that aren't on the table. And I'm always like, why am I spending, like I'm sitting there thinking of it when I'm actually talking to you about it, explaining all the different cards. I'm like, why am I doing this? Well, because they're showing up. So here's a Four of Swords. Four of Swords is one of those meditation cards. So spirit puts you, or the person, actually, maybe both, in a spirit or a place of meditation, deep meditation. And you're reviewing and you're letting go of the swords. Swords are ego, right? Swords are defensiveness. You're setting them aside. Actually, in the card, of the Rider-Waite card, there's one on the ground. So they let that there. And the guy's at peace. And he's looking at it without any defenses, without any ego. And he's seeing the whole picture as it should be. And that's what's happening here in the Eight of Pentacles, right below the Queen of Swords, is I have a person who's sitting in a meditative state, looking at the whole thing, asking the divine for direction, including their team, their Sherpa team, for guidance, and they're allowing it to play out. Next thing is the Ten of Swords. Man, I cannot make this up. The Ten of Swords is the cadaver in the Rider-Waite deck. It's a picture of a body, and outside or out of the body are these 10 swords that are shoved into this person's poor little cadaver body. There isn't one more room. There's a room on this body for one more sword. It is dead, meaning this relationship was considered dead. Well, not just that. I think it's also in this line is they see the behavior that was creating the problem in the first place. And again, a lot of people watch and each person's behavior is different. So it could be womanizing, checking out the skirt, walking by you, then nobody, like, what you looking at, right? That sort of thing. That's disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. I kind of hear that. I hear lack of time. I'm not a priority. You spend more time with your buddies. You spend more time with your family. It's competition, right? It's not balanced. It's not a balanced relationship. And so we have this harboring resentment that's grinding on this relationship, and nobody's truthful, or if they had it been in an explosive episode, but no communication occurred and no restoration or reconciliation could occur because they were just explosive. They just went, vomited all their problems on the other person and left. That's kind of the vibe I get. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is the knight on the horse coming in. Knights are action, right? And it's a cup. So this person defining the Eight of Pentacles under the Queen of Swords. We have a person rushing in to have a conversation about a relationship, and that they're going to let go or change that behavior. Could be drinking. It could be anything. It could be third parties. It could be dating apps. It could be, I could go on and on and on. I mean, I get narcissistic behavior, sexual activity outside of the relationship, promiscuity. It could be a number of things. The cool thing is that we have two people wanting each other, but there's a whole laundry list of reconcilable but challenging behaviors that needs to be addressed. So it's almost like the vibe of you both are negotiating for this relationship. Of things that you need to change in order to stay in it. And it's worth, clearly it's worth that kind of conversation for both of you to extend this much energy and time and vulnerability in how you feel to present this to your partner, soon-to-be partner, as movement forward. I hope this makes sense, Gemini. I want to clarify, because we talked about the Page of Swords. Pretty self-explanatory. Somebody's coming in to have an honest conversation about an Ace of Cups, starting a new relationship. And then the Four of Pentacles. I want to talk about I want to explore the Hermit and the Four of Pentacles. So Spirit, tell me about the Hermit. Why is Gemini, or what is Gemini? Oh my goodness. Thinking about Ten of Pentacles, Heart's Desire. This is the big picture. So in, again, the Rider-Waite deck, all the tarot, the finale, the goal is 10, right? Of anything. Pentacles is the epitome of long-standing, forever commitments. I'm going to be married to this person for 25 years. That's this, or 30 or 50 or whatever. I want to have grandkids and own a ranch. That's this person is in their head thinking about the whole enchilada. That is describing the Hermit. So somebody's in Hermit stage thinking Gemini is my partner. Backing that thought up is the Lovers. Lovers is a major arcana. It is divinely orchestrated, and this is a soulmate connection. It is being validated by the divine. It's not the Two of Cups. It is the Lovers card, meaning it's on the timeline. It was meant, you two were meant to have this connection, or at least a relationship of some form, and you're moving forward with it. You're having a conversation about what that looks like. Eight of Cups. This is walking away. This could be that you walked away, but you're sitting and thinking about going back and forth, because we're defining the Hermit card. It could be a different relationship. Eight of Wands, up in your head, a lot of stress. So lots of this is, I think these two cards kind of go together, but I get the sense that somebody's walking away from something that didn't serve them. And again, lots of people on here could resonate in a whole different, for one party than somebody else. It could be a third party. It could be gambling. It could be anything. They're walking away from something they love, or at least they were committed to, that didn't serve them. So they're walking away. Lastly, Four of Pentacles. We're going to define that. Gemini, this is a great reading. And you know what? It's going to be a little bit at a time. It's a sprinkling. This isn't like... I think this is off the heels of a relationship that you really did entertain for a long time, in and out, maybe years, for a while. And you're walking away at the time. The last time it hurt, like super hurt, like you were done. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, King of Wands in reverse. That's a good thing. So King of Wands in the upright, right? If he would have come out in the upright, he's my, I talked about Saturday night player here. This is his dad. This is his grown version, the King of Wands. I think other tarot readers would just lose it if they heard me. They're like, what the hell? Like, where is she getting her books? Anyway, I went to school, out of the Cracker Jack. Anyway, so the King of Wands. Let's talk about the King of Wands. I call him my VP of Marketing and Business. I'm in marketing and business, so I have to laugh about that title because we all are a little off. And if you are in marketing business, you kind of understand what I'm saying here. We are gregarious, we're outgoing, we're a little loud. We are friendly, happy. That's this King of Wands, right? We're stable, we can keep things going. We can spin about 55 plates, but the King of Wands in the upright can be impulsive. So they could go golfing with a client at 11 a.m., have a couple of drinks on the fifth hole, and then go and buy a Harley on their way back to work, and people laugh, and I'm like, no, that's about right. Yeah. So that's the King of Wands. I get Cancer, I get Aquarius, I get Leo, I get Aries. These people, they're not shy. They want what they want. They're going to go after it. That's a King of Wands. In the reverse, it's without all the impulsivity. They're grounded. They get a little bit, they're a little bit older. I'm just kidding. But I mean, there is some truth to that. They're a little less likely to be as impulsive. And that's what I'm seeing here. I don't think anybody's aging overnight. I just think they're working on some things, and they're recognizing their impulsivity in the past may have brought some heartache to you and this relationship, the burden of the relationship, by not listening to you, for sure, but more importantly, to valuing their relationship. This person has been single a long time, and this person is comfortable living their life as a single person. Whether they're in a relationship or not, it does not matter. They have a lot of love for you, but they've been living like a single person. That's what this is about. So you're kind of saying to put that away, that kind of lifestyle, if you're going to be with me. That's what you're saying, Gemini. That's kind of what I'm hearing. So to clarify the Four of Pentacles, last three cards, clarifying it, we have the Devil card. Devil, again, addiction, third parties, things that don't serve us anymore. But it's tempting. So this, I'm telling you, the four, and it's conservative. It's defining the Four of Cups. And again, it was in the past. So the Four of Cups was this guy, the 6-year-old sitting, I call him a 6-year-old, sitting on a hill under a tree, and the divine, literally behind the veil of heaven, is what the card depicts, is the divine handing him a cup, saying, this is my blessing. Gemini is my blessing to you. And he's like, no, I don't want it. I'd rather have these 3 toxic cups down here below. You know, this is my stripper cup. This, I am not playing, y'all. I'm saying this person, it could be whomever, but this cup, or this king of wands, was consistently forever choosing the wrong cup and then whining about it when it went south, and how come I'm not happy and nobody loves me and wah 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 wah, when in reality the cup is in front of his face, literally, like right here, and the divine, he's like, no, I don't see you, la 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 la. That's him. So that's this cup, or that's this card, is a four of yeah. So we got some issues. The other thing too is defining this card, and I apologize because this is a Four of Pentacles, and I've been talking about the Four of Cups, but that did come out here. I do want to talk about the Four of Pentacles because it's very similar. It's conservative, it's selfish, it's holding back, holding back, holding back. I'm going to keep all my, and it's guarded. It's like, I don't want to share. Same kind of like the 6-year-old. I don't want to share all my pentacles. All my marbles are mine, and you're going to have to go get your marbles, right? And the Four of Pentacles is the guy sitting on the chair with one foot on each pentacle, one taped to his chest, one to his head, and he's got money on the mind, and he doesn't want to share it, and it's considered stability in his mind. He doesn't want to let go of the stability and share it with somebody, and he's letting that go. This person is releasing it, and the devil is toxicity related to this, also releasing that. Behind that is a Two of Pentacles, crossroads, right? So somebody's sitting in the hermit mode, considering the crossroads. I got to make a choice, A or B. Lastly, defining the Four of Pentacles is the King of Cups. So this king may have elevated, or is elevating to, not elevating, but more of that King of Cups is more prominent in that character versus the King of Wands, my VP of Marketing and Business, by a Harley at noon with a couple of vodka shots. I'm just saying. So we have a pretty decent spread, Gemini. You're going to have to make a decision at some point as to what you want. I just want to pull a couple of cards. I always feel like Spirit leads me to certain piles of education or things I can leave you thinking about. So Gemini, or tell us about Gemini for February, Spirit. What would you like to share? One more. Anything? Okay. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. So you could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sag, Gemini, or there might be one in this mix in the story. Open up your heart. It will help you attract more love. So I think this is you, Gemini, is that you are super guarded in that Queen of Swords mode. And again, come correct or don't come at all. Last card I'm going to pull on this is challenges. Make a decision, work on inner healing. That's that. I mean, literally, we have like 3 cards about meditation, in introspective work, prayer, talking. You're actually talking to some folks too. So you have to make a decision, work on inner healing. So this is about you, actually. Are you getting what you want? So in this month, I'm going to close it with this one. In this month, I really believe that you have an opportunity, Gemini, to like pull your journal out, do some meditation. And I would start with, what do I want? Right at the top of that piece of paper, what do I desire? And list everything you want in a relationship. Is this checking any of those boxes? Or is it just comfortable? Is this just familiar? Is this checking half of them, but you're really let down in the other half, and you're kind of negotiating with yourself about accepting this? Maybe it does check all the boxes. I don't know. I'm not you. I'm not, I don't know. I'm just encouraging you that the challenges, and there seem to be quite a few with the Devil card, addiction, 3 parties. You got a lot happening here. If this is you or them, what are you willing to quid pro quo? Trade this for that. I'm going to trade serenity for my addiction. I'm going to trade stability for feeling lonely and not being able to invest and grow with somebody if I'm constantly choosing third parties, these toxic cups. And that, again, may not resonate for you, Gemini, but it sounds like it might be somebody you are dealing with this February. I'm telling you, it is snowy and cold here in Colorado, and the cards just aren't awake. They're like, no, lady, I need some tea and a fire started. All right, nothing coming out, Gemini. I'm gonna pull one off the top, see if it resonates. I have so much desire for you. That's that queen or that king of wands. Actually, it's the knight of wands. This is the knight of wands. I have so much desire for you. I do believe that's accurate. I can't even look at you right now. Okay, that's the other thing I was picking up too, is I do feel like it's been a minute. I do feel like this king knight has a ton of good feelings, vibes, passion for you. But they also have some guilt. Not playing. I think there's some, they know it. They're not going to own it. They're sure as shit not going to apologize for all of it. But they've done some stuff and they feel bad about it. They have remorse and guilt. I want you to choose. This is the other card on the page, the Queen of Swords and all the swords. You got a lot of communication coming out, right? A lot of, kind of like we're going to get down to the bottom of this, whether you like it or not, if we're going to go forward, that kind of energy. So they almost want to say, well, what do you want? Right? Because if I say, what do you want? I don't have to make a decision or apologize or really put in any effort. Because if you tell me you want this, then I'm halfway to goal. Well, what do you expect from me? And if you don't say, just communicate with me more, check a box, and we can go back to what we were doing. Is there really change there? Has there been you know what I mean? I guess I want to just point that out. These are the cards that talk to me really loudly when I'm doing readings. And I just want to make sure that the King of Wands has really put the wand down. You know what I mean? Words do hurt. I think that's you, Gemini. I think you've had some vicious words. And then I got to be honest with you too. I feel like you may have already kind of healed from this. This isn't hitting you the same as it would have maybe a year ago or even 6 months. You might have already I think some of the Hermit is you sitting and isolating on the Ten of Pentacles, and the Lovers is if this is what you want with this person. I mean, that's a pretty intensive commitment for somebody who possesses the Devil card. Yeah, we got, I mean, I love the cups and all, but let's see. I mean, that's up to you. I think you're gonna challenges, right? That's what I was looking for. Make a decision. So I think just like all of our work this year is identifying what we want, identifying if we're willing to do the work to get what we want, and if not, then how do we heal and move forward, right? And take care of ourselves going forward. And just for fun, Gemini, I will be doing your weekly spread every week this month, and I am dying to see if it kind of parallels with this conversation, to see what you do decide by the end of the month. Because I do think that this is going to be prevalent in a lot of conversations you're going to have. And it might be with more than one person. It's kind of another vibe I get. You might have other options. That might be the Eight of Cups. Every person's different. But twice I came up. So you have some you have some options. So that's my gut. And man, overall, love you all. Thank you so much for the positive comments. You guys make my day every single day. I close my day out in gratitude, and I get to read your comments, and they just keep me upbeat and really happy. And again, if you want to book a reading, my email is in the, whatever that's called, webpage, whatever, fourthdimensiontarot@gmail.com. Email me. And then lastly, if you like this vibe, feel free to subscribe, and that way you'll get new content alerted when it gets uploaded. Love and light to you all. Gemini, take care.